Torque. Shit. I mean, it dances for a second, then it hooks up. Ooh, we'll do that when we get home. The firmware update, not right now. Not while we're out in the field.
The money in the garage space I get from selling you.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. Like right now, if I gouge the throttle with supermotos, it would just spin as we're here. It just hooks up. Buck yourself off the back of the saddle and be laying on your back like a 2-bit hooker on a Saturday night. So. Okay. Is a crazy cart, a child's toy. Shoot, let's go second. My golly jeepers, this is a sentimental day. This bike is near and dear to my rear. Bunch of bits and bobs, a True Moto controller. You can see that peeking through right there through the fairing. High-rise bars, white grips, headlight kit, neon underglow, or RGB for you gamers. Busted off rear fender and a bent subframe. That is just simply weight reduction for racing. 14-inch Supermoto tires, the high-speed motor. To save time, the build list is popping up on screen here. I'm gonna be converting this bike back to stock. So taking off this gorgeous custom seat from Bolts and Volts, taking off these painted side panels, putting the low-rise bars back on, stock knobby pit bike tires. The parts I'm taking off are going to be put onto the new bike that is replacing this.
The RTR is a fantastic bike. I have nothing against it, but I do want to take back some of the cash from selling it to compensate purchasing a new bike, filling the same riding role. I already have an Eride to do e-moto electric dirt bike style shit, and I really need something for those downtown rides that are really around 25 to 30 miles an hour with one wheels and pedal e-bikes, and can get into some of the downtown and beachy areas without any kind of law enforcement eyebrows getting raised. So I've been looking at the Benell MX775, which is freakishly expensive at $5,500 before tax and shipping, but it is an absolute unit. Also very intrigued by the one wheel slash future motion bike, which is called the Antic. So basically the one wheel parent company is making their take on a bike. It looks like a 70s mini bike, but electric, and it can wheelie itself. And the RTR XL from Electro & Co definitely has my attention, as it comes with better brakes, taller shocks, a longer swing arm, longer rear fender. It's just a slightly bigger RTR, and it comes more powerful out of the box. Feel like how that's gonna ride and feel right out of the box is gonna be perfect for me.
Let's take this trail pack off. Sorry, guy or gal on Facebook Marketplace, you're not getting this $20 carrying case. So yeah, I'm just gonna start going through the bike and returning her to her stock glory. Key tag, that's staying with me. The light kit and the headlight kit are probably gonna be removed and installed on the new bike. So this is just an insane amount of spaghetti meat pouring out here, wires for days, because this has the headlight, the underglow, charger, but all that's coming out. This is a beautiful day. The birds are chirping, the hemorrhoids are pulsating, and this bike, well, it might be the last ride on her. Betty is not Betty anymore. It's not a named build. This is just a white dirt bike now. Basically, every upgrade has been removed except for the ones that are going to increase the resale value, that being the mod pack, battery, True Moto controller, which combined to make 13 kilowatts. Don't forget about that high-speed motor back there. In this configuration, this bike is at 67 miles per hour. That is untested by moi. I have hit 61 and then felt a little tinge and had to let off because that feels ridiculous fast on a bike this size. So balance point wheeling in mode 3, which is currently set at 13 kilowatts in the True Moto app. From a slow speed, you got to use really small, ginger, delicate wrist throttle movements, or else you're going to buck yourself off the back of the saddle and be laying on your back like a 2-bit hooker on a Saturday night. So. Okay. wider on this thing. Not no mo.
This thing really is crazy good. Even on the dirt bike knobbies, which are not nearly as good as the supermotos, you can actually feel the knobs, the bumps, them little corn kernels, so to speak. I will say, it still wheelies really good. And you get so much more traction off the road with knobbies. Like right now, if I gouge the throttle with supermotos, it would just spin as we're here. It just hooks up. Go ahead and get in this little torque pin here. Feels like it wants to fall, but it's all right. It's not a lot of bike to fall over. So that rattling around is actually the tool bag underneath I had this little additional storage tray that I bought on Etsy. It's very nice. I think this should be installed from Electro & Co. by standard. Light kit, the headlight and the AC-DC converter, you will not have that space to do that. So much more traction than even the Shinkos, which are a dual sport tire. When I pin the throttle, these knobbies just hook up. I'm assuming he's got an owner with him back there. Well, this is a good little opportunity for a photo anyway. Right about here. I'm gonna miss you, Betty, but I'm also gonna like the
money and the garage space I get from selling you.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let me check the app. I can't remember if I am in 13 kilowatts or 10 kilowatts when I'm in top mode. I'm gonna park back there before I make my adjustments though. Nice little private spot for us. See, even on a bed of loose leaves, it really does hook up and drive you forward with these knobbies. I mean, it dances for a second, then it hooks up. Ooh, some loose sand there. Ooh, we'll do that when we get home. Firmware update, not right now. Not while we're out in the field. Oh, damn, so this is only 10 kilowatts right now. That ain't even the 13. So let's do 6, let's do 10, and let's go 13. Hit save. My wheel is in the air. Yes, it is. Now, the speedometer will not work until you turn the bike off and back on, but I'm actually not gonna do that just yet. Oh, my phone just fell. Yes, it did. Oopsie. Shit. Thing rips. So I guess that's 13 kilowatts now. Feels the same on the low end torque-wise, but you do get a little bit mo in the toppy end. All right, let's check that app one more again. Not drop our phone this time. Scan my head. You know what I look like with sunglasses and a full face. Yeah, so we're in 13 kilowatts now in peak mode. The speedometer doesn't work after you do a app tune until you turn the bike off and back on. Wait for drive gear. It's way scarier throwing the RTR back into balance point than the Eride. One, you have more useful regen braking. Shinkos, which are more like street tires than knobbies. They're like a mix of off-road and on-road tires. And two is you have a longer wheelbase. It's a bigger bike, so you actually do get more control, more time to play around in balance point. Now that couple's over there, we can go back to our usual walking spot. Dude, this thing is so quick. It was actually about to buck me off the back of it from that speed. That's why I'm really getting me fucking paranoid when people are trying to test drive this thing to buy it. They don't know the bike like I do. They put it in 13 kilowatt mode. They're gonna buck themselves off the back of it. A dumper and a rumper. Love that for her. Excuse me, coming through. Fuck yes. Oh God, good looking bike. She's done me good. It's just time for something, excuse me, something new. Freaking pocket with my license was open the whole time. Damn, so you can't really do that thing where you do with the supermotos where you put it on its side and gouge it, because it like catches traction and wants to fucking take off with me not even on the bike. Good lordy. Go down in the pit, test our torque out a little bit. Torque! Oh, almost. There's balance point, bottom of it, but this thing goes. This thing is so sick. Seems like the bike's cutting a lot of a lot of torque now, a lot of low end power. I don't know if it's getting warm or what. Yeah, it's definitely tapering back a little bit of juice. It's still fast as fuck though, honestly. Scary. It will spit you off the back. All right, Betty, I'm pretty sure that was your last ride, baby.
No, I don't think that will be the last ride. The rear shock was squeaking like a Motel 6 mattress, so I need to soak the bike in WD-40 or something.